Yeah. Now, I want to talk about this part, the load balancing. Although what I said in the last video was correct, I still need to clarify because I learned something new about this thing. I learned that as I better learn what a load balancer is. Back then, in the last video, I didn't really understand what load balancing was this fully, but now I do. Load balancing is pretty much i- when a distribute system. I mean, load balancing job is to distribute the load to different servers. Meaning, it cannot work on this alone. It needs to have different server for it to work because if it only has one server, then load balancing is useless. You are just actually adding more time to it because we are hitting this thing, then this thing, which is just making things slower than it actually is. So for this thing, as of now, I think it would be best if we remove load balancing. We will just cross that. Now, what do I mean by load balancing distribute system? Let's say request, then load balancing, server 1, okay, server, server 3. Let's say we have this thing. A request came in, it will go to this thing to load balancer. Then what it will do is it will distribute the request to all these things. Of course that introduced its own problem by itself, but I will not discuss that here for now. At least maybe later. But this is the job of load balancer. It spread the loads to different server. Now, this does not need that because it's only one server. And how we identify that by not making this random assumption. Because we need to know actually what is what is actual concurrent user. We need to actually have or define the actual concurrent user. Because let's say this thing. This is a learning platform. Now, what is the actual expected user of this thing? And from what I can, my deduction would be it probably won't even reach 1K for both of them. Like it, let's focus on this thing. This thing probably won't even reach 100, 1,000 concurrent user. Most likely it will just be 300 to 500. Then move on. And when I say concurrent it means that in this current hour or minute, there is 1,000 users using it at the exact same time. And that will not most likely be the case, but let's just pretend it just max at 1,000 users. Then there's no reason to have different server for that because the concurrent user is simply too low for that. So we need to define that first. The actual concurrent user and the expected concurrent user and expected. Now, why do we need to know the expected too? Because this will directly influence how we scale something. Now, there are two scaling. we have the vertical and horizontal. Vertical means something just increase. Let's say we upgrade the storage from 4 GB to 8. That is vertical. And horizontal is when we have one server, then we add another one. Now, this has different use case, but I will present why and how which should you choose between the two. Let's say in this learning platform, our max expected user is, let's say, 10K people. And once it reaches 10K, it will cause delays and lag. And actually, before I talk about this thing, we also need to talk about query in cache. Query in cache, why does this matter in here? Because sometimes when too much people use this thing, the problem is not actually the server. It could be the cache and the query. Now, how do they slow things down? In cache, this is mostly used for something that is easy or fast to get. Let's say when we are reading in system, when we are reading something, let's say we are searching, then it would be best if we use cache for it because that will significantly make the system faster. And query is when something, let's say something is not cached, then we will just use query as the second resort to find the information. And if your query is low, then response time of the system will also be slow. And this could because it's a count query, let's say too much query or the query cost n1 causes n1. So before we even actually try scaling the server, we actually need to identify this. And for that, we need the most important thing about this thing is monitoring. No. Monitoring is what will enable us to know what is actually the problem. Is it the cache or the query or is it the server? If it is the server, then we can actually see that in the processing of monitoring. And we can see that by where is it? We can see that by CPU, CPU use, RAM. This is where cache is. This, this IO, and network saturation. Okay, whatever. Now, what are all of this? In a system, we need to monitor these things. If the problem is this thing, then most likely, let's say this IO is pretty much the DB reads and the writes. Their main responsibility is to read from a system and to write to a system or a DB. Then, if this thing is the one causing most of the problem, according to monitoring, then the problem is cache and query. And if it is network saturation, then it's most likely um, it can be network error, like internet is too slow or the data that is being transferred is too big. So but this thing can be fixed by CND, which is, oh, I forgot what it's called. But it's something that makes things faster because we actually don't make that ourselves, but it is already made in the internet. And if it's this two, then we probably need to start considering horizontal or vertical because this thing is the brain and the memory. But we need to focus more on this thing for server scaling. Because if this thing use 100%, then we know 100% that the problem is the server. The server simply cannot handle everything. Then this thing is mostly the storage for cache and distributing load, meaning which is the job of the load balancer. So we need to think about that. But now that that's done, these are the things that we need to do before actually considering scaling the system. Now, for our system, in this example, we will be using only one server because it simply is the fastest and the easiest one for me because I am a solo dev. So I cannot use too much or manage servers. So we will choose that. And since this is for Catanduanes only really, as of now, then one server is enough. It might even actually be too much for it. Now, once we identify the problem of the slow and we know that this is the problem, then we need to start thinking about scaling, whether it is horizontal or vertical. Now, this will depend on constraint and situation. Let's say vertical. Let's say suddenly a traffic suddenly happened, like 10K sudden traffic. Then we need, and this becomes the problem. We need to think about how are we gonna scale this thing. Now this will fall into things, or I will just explain it because I cannot really write it. Let's say the system right now needs to be fixed right away, or actually has no expansion plan in the future. Expansion plan is when we plan to expand the system to other regions like Tabaco, I mean to Manila, to Luzon, to whatever region, we plan to expand that. Let's say we do that. Right now, there's a traffic happening, and we plan to expand it in the future. Then, and there is actually no urgency to fix it right now because it is mostly unpredictable. Then the first case would be to use horizontal because as we expand the system to other places, then the server also need to keep up with all the reads and write with that. So we would do horizontal because we can just have a server on Catanduanes and on Manila, for example. Then that way, reads and writes in Manila would be just as fast as it was in Catanduanes because there is two server. Of course, this also has a problem of consistency. The cap theorem, I will not discuss that, but we need to make sure that these two server actually is consistent with one another because they need to see each other data and so on and so forth. But if the thing is, if we have a current problem and we will plan to expand it in the future, then we will probably choose horizontal. And if the system is actually has no plan of expansion but is currently experiencing problem right now, like it is urgently needed to be fixed, then we will use vertical because Vertical is actually a lot faster to do than horizontal. To the and we can scale the time is this thing can actually be done in under 2 hours, and this thing will probably need 2 days because we need to set up everything first to be exactly the same as the server one. We need to the load balancer to actually work in this and that. This is the easier one, but that is only on the case that we actually has no plan on expansion, and we plan to use this system, this learning platform system, only on Catanduanes currently. And this is a best and best way to do it because if the user is only in Catanduanes, then we don't really imagine it expanding even more or the user getting past 10K. It might happen, but most likely the case it will not. So this is enough. This is also perfect for one server. But we also need to consider costs because these two actually cost different. This thing could be better for small scale like this system, but for bigger scale like Facebook, for something like Facebook, Instagram, this is actually better. Not only does it solve the location problem, but it's actually more cost effective because the cost of two servers with 4 GB is actually less than 8 GB or 16 or 10 or 28. It's actually lower. And not only that, this thing is much better for scaling. But as of now, the system, we just need this thing. But what if? But there's a what if to this thing. What if the system expand to other region? Then we can actually do this thing. Let's say it is being used now, and we need it to be we need it to be able to handle loads right here right now. Then what we can do is first we will do a vertical scale, and then eventually maybe 1 to 2 weeks we will start implementing horizontal, meaning we have 2 GB now, one is 8 and then one is 4 GB. It's pretty much a temporary way of fixing problems, but this is on a special case. But for now, I think the best thing to do is we just pick this thing vertical as the backup plan for now because we don't really expect it to expand immediately. So for now, we will handle one server from Hostinger, and the plan is we will probably just rely on vertical scaling once this actually is the problem. And if other region actually wants to use this thing, then we will just do this. But for now, we will not even rely on this thing. We will not rely on that. We will just actually make sure that this thing is so optimized that this thing becomes the very last resort. And if that indeed happen, what we will just do is before the development of this system and before we optimize any queries or cache, then we will just create a plan. Let's call it scaling plan. In here we will define um, the whys, why we are why we are scaling, and what the constraints, the constraint or the current situation, and how should we or is there expansion. Is there expansion? We will consider all these things. Pretty much what I'm saying is we will just continue to build this system with one server, but we need to create a plan of scaling. This why scaling? We mean this. Why are we scaling? Is it because we are expanding? there too much load, constraint, how much budget do we have right now, how much time does it need, is it now or later? And expansion is just the scaling part. I'm just repeating. Yes, this is the best way for now. Create the system, create a plan for expansion for it, and we need to consider the cost and constraint because this thing is harder than this thing not only because do we need another server to set up another server, manage that server, but we also need to migrate the data from this server, from one server to this one, so that they meet eventual consistency. That's it. Just know that when creating system, we need to consider scaling. We need to plan for it. We need to know our actual concurrent user and our expected user and create plans for it, whether is it vertical, horizontal. And we need to have monitoring in place to know what actually is the problem. Should we even scale or just fix query or cache? And the safest option is create a plan. Always create a plan. Not only for scaling but also for, let's say, for backups. Let's say this DB gone down for some reason. Then what can we do? What is the action? Is add your backups. What will we do if one of these thing goes down suddenly? This thing will now handle all the load. What action are we gonna do? What is the countermeasure for it? All these thing needs to be considered when creating a system on the scaling part at this.